Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Craft with Five. This is a collaboration put on by Bourbon Creek Crafts here on YouTube. And we use a playlist for this one. So down in the description, you can just click the link and go through the videos. You don't have to mess with a hashtag and wander around on YouTube. I actually wrote the prompts down for this month, for June. Circle, black, image stamp, coloring medium, and then a label. Usually when I read them, something comes together in my brain. And this one, I read it and I was like, I'm not feeling a card for Amy on this, which is usually what I do, right? And then I thought about it and I was crafting with my members and chit-chatting, and it kind of came together for me more as a mixed media journaling item. So let me show you what I did on the first one. And then I have a partial over here, and I want to talk to you about what I was trying to do and the idea. So this first one is a little card, like a recipe card or divider card. I got a whole bunch of these at a yard sale or something. I think I might have changed the shape of this one slightly. I'm not sure. I used a bunch of random stuff. I used some black ink. I used some brown right here and then some black here. So here's my circle, okay? Then I have black in a couple places. And then image stamp. I had 3 of them. I had fun with that. So this is Inka-Dinka-Doo. This is probably from long ago. This one, Personal Stamp Exchange. If you've Oh my gosh, it's not, you guys. It's Beeline Designs hat pins. I thought it was PSX, did you? We Grow Great by Dreams is Stampin' Up. Then, so I had it stamped out, and I had to kind of give this one a rest in between because it got wet along the way. And I didn't use permanent ink. I wasn't thinking about it, didn't care, just playing. Then I was talking and I just reached into my mixed media cart down below because I couldn't figure out where the colored pencils were, and grabbed Distress Crayon in Spiced Marmalade. Hang on, I have to let Eliza out because she's trying to play with Zelda. So Spiced Marmalade Distress Crayon, and I just like colored it around, and then I grabbed paintbrush and water and just loosened it up a little. Didn't smear it, but just made it so that it wasn't a distinct crayon-y line. And I colored in my butterflies and my flowers, and funny color for me, but I had a great time with it. And I got this secondhand, or maybe just super clearance. So that's why I have that color. And then, so then we had circle, black, image stamp, coloring medium, and we needed a label. And I grabbed the Tim Holtz ephemera pack, field notes, snippets. There's so much tiny stuff in here. Tim knows that as collagers and for layers and small, beautiful things, we like tiny, right? There's some blue stuff in here that's really cute, which of course I gravitated towards. But I went with items that accentuated this color palette I already had going, the Spiced Marmalade. You know, it makes sense because it's his crayon and his color, and makes sense, really work together. I can see why people buy so much Tim stuff. This one, I put a butterfly on it. So I'm counting these as my little labels, and it would be an adorable journaling card in a pocket in a journal. Then a couple days went by and I was thinking about it. I was like, you know, back in the day, didn't we do some kind of technique with a circle and you stamped and then you put the color over it and then you tried it? The stamp I chose isn't really my style. This is way too much white space for me. And I thought about putting like a happy birthday up here and using it, but I just don't love the card. So I'm going to show it to you unfinished. And then what I'd probably do is just take this black circle off and put something over it so I can reuse this base. I think this would be great with a larger stamp, maybe a butterfly and you do part of the wing, or just a bigger rose. I'm looking around on my wall. I don't have a lot of stamps you have to color, right? Because I don't like those. Or, whoops, sorry. That might have been loud for you. What about like a lighthouse or something, and then you do the black circle here and you color this in really bright, maybe even give it some that shiny stuff. you know, you've got a bunch of things that you put on for shine. You can figure it out. So the idea is I stamped the image in black on the card. Then I stamped the image in white on black paper. Because of the size and the shape of the stamp, I used an oval. So I cheated a little bit on my circle, but I think it's okay. So I used an oval to kind of go with the shape and the layout. And then you just lay this part over it. And I couldn't find a circle punch that I liked that was quite right size-wise. And so then I found my oval dies next. And sometimes when I'm doing craft with 5, I just want to go where it takes me. I don't want to spend a half hour looking for the right size circle. And so I used an oval die, cut out that rose, and put it on there. What I was trying as my coloring medium, because, you know, I'd already used this, I wanted to try something different, was glaze pens. Tony sent these to me. I love these in like black for coloring the dog's eyes or their hanging tag. They give you some shine and sometimes a little bit of dimension too. You just put them on there and let them dry. So I was trying them. On the rose, I don't know if you can even tell at all that there's a little bit of shine in those leaves. I used the pen partially, then I let it dry, and see on the flower too. Can you see any shine there? I used the red on the flower a tiny bit, and then I used the green on the leaves, and I thought the red would hold its color. The red part on the rose is actually colored pencil. The shiny, very dark, pretty much black looking part is the glaze pen. So it didn't stand up to the black paper, but it did add some shine and some interest. So totally experimenting. If I was going to make this again, I would use a bigger image. I would not use the glaze pens. I like the colored pencil, and I would probably want a bigger circle here, like as a bigger, maybe on this, I would use this for the top of my lighthouse to kind of make that focal point pop more. And if I was going to do it on this card, I would layer it up. Maybe I would do the whole thing on a piece of white and then put like a black or a gold specialty. Or if I was going to do the sky like light blue, maybe I'd do like a light blue. So layer it up so that it has not so much white space, because this I can't live with. And even with the sentiment up here, I would just feel like this is way too plain. The other thing you could do is if you had a stamp of a frame or a die cut border or something like that, you could put it on here. That would add some interest, some texture, or some tone-on-tone stamping. If you don't have specialty paper, you could do white on the front. Then you can have some kind of colored border right here that shows either an embossing folder or like a Versamark tone-on-tone, something that wouldn't take away from your image but would add some interest to the card. I don't remember what that technique was called, but it was fun. I'm glad I tried it. I'm not going to send you this card. Craft with 5, be sure and check out what our friends did. Oh, in case you were wondering, this was a set of Stampin' Up! Stamps where they were all lighthouses. This, of course, is Personal Stamp Exchange, and this sucker is old. She was mine originally, 1999, getting a little dried out. And then Noni says this is the best one, and I love it. It's Hero Arts Unicorn Pigment Ink White. If you have a white ink, you don't need this ink if you already like your white. You just need a white. It's kind of like black, except sometimes we get into a lot of different blacks. So I am very happy with this item, and I will use it, and I'm proud that I didn't make it in blue, but that other card, it's not gonna show up in your mailbox. It's not happening. Thanks so much for watching. Today in the US, when you're watching this, is Father's Day. So be sure to say Happy Father's Day to all of those in your life. And it is also the day that I get back from Girls Beach Weekend and creative reuse and garage sales and road tripping with my friends. So I'm sure we will have some fun haul videos coming up soon. Thanks for watching, and be sure you're taking time for crafting and relaxing. And get your steps in because it keeps you healthy. Bye-bye.